Welcome to Haas's Kitchen. Today we're not going to cook anything. I'm going to show you how to make your own electrolyte drink at home and save a ton of money if you like to drink these things. If you found my videos helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I listen to a lot of podcasts and I read a lot of blogs about fitness and working out and things like that. And a lot of the people that I listen to, they all drink electrolyte drinks. And it seems like the one that sponsors their show and the one that they all drink is called LMNT, LMNT. It has no sugar, super pure, whatever, but they all drink it. So I thought, well, I'll start drinking it too and see if I see any differences. So I go on Amazon, I punch it in, and they're about $1.50 each. So I add that up over the course of a month. That's $45 a month, or $500 a year just for something to drink every day. I thought, well, maybe I can make it myself. So I started Googling DIY electrolyte drink, LMNT recipe, and all that kind of stuff. And sure enough, I find on the LMNT website, they have right there how they make it. And all the ingredients that they use, some different flavorings that they use. And the founders, this is how they used to make it for themselves before they became a company and started selling it. So I go on Amazon, I buy all the ingredients, and it was under $40. And I've been making these almost every day for 6 months. And I still have enough to go for at least another 6 months. So I'm figuring cost-wise, I'm going to get about 300 electrolyte drinks out of what I purchased for about $40. Compare that to $1.50 a piece, that'd be $450 if I bought the actual LMNT. So enough about money, let me show you how I make it. So here's what the recipe is. The actual minerals that go into it is a half teaspoon of salt, 400 milligrams of potassium chloride, and a quarter teaspoon of magnesium malate. So I went on Amazon and I found magnesium malate. This was a little over $20 for this. I found potassium chloride. This was under $10. And I found Himalayan pink sea salt. And again, all this was under $40. And so here's all you have to do. I happened to screw up and I didn't buy the fine sea salt. I bought the big chunks. So if you happen to wind up doing that, all you need to do is just pour some in a coffee grinder or a spice grinder, like that. Put the lid on. And there you go. Now you got some fine sea salt. So then I just take this and I put that in a Tupperware. And now we'll go about making it. So here in front of me, I've got 7 of these little cups with lids for Jello shots or storing little things. So I've got 7 laid out. So I'm going to make my drinks for the week. This is going to take about 5 minutes. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my half teaspoon and I'm going to measure out a half teaspoon of salt. And I use my little knife here to make it level. And I'm going to put a half teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt in each one of these. The next ingredient is 400 milligrams of potassium chloride. And there's 2 ways you could do this. I have one of these nice little scales that weighs a very light weight, and they're not that expensive. They're around $10. So that's what I'm going to use. And when I do it, I take my half teaspoon, I fill it with potassium chloride, and then I measure out 400 milligrams like that. And I put that in each one. If you don't have a scale and you don't feel like getting one, an approximate way to do it was if you have a quarter teaspoon is about 1.6 grams or 4 times 400 milligrams. So a quarter teaspoon would fill up 4 of these things. That'd be an approximate way to do it. So I'm gonna weigh these out and then we'll go on to the next ingredient. Our last ingredient is magnesium malate, and we need a quarter teaspoon in each one. So I open this up. I use my little spatula thing here as well, and I level that off, knock that in. So each one of these is going to get a quarter teaspoon of magnesium malate, and then I'll finish up and I'll tell you how I flavor it. So they're all full now. That took under 5 minutes for me to do. And now all I do is I have these little lids, and I'll snap that on there. And then when it comes time in the morning, this is what I drink on my drive to work. I'll pour one of these in my water bottle, And then the way that I flavor it, I get one of these no sugar fruit punch things like a Mio. This happens to be Kroger brand. I'll give a little squirt of that for a little flavor. On the LMNT website, they give different recipes as far as flavoring with lemon juice or lime juice. Again, I'll link to that below. But that's all it is. So again, for about $40, I'm going to get a year's worth of LMNT, which would cost about $450 if I were to buy it all outright on Amazon. So there's links to all these supplements and all these things in the description below. I hope this is helpful. And the benefits that I've noticed from this is, especially the magnesium, a couple things. I used to get bad foot cramps when I was going to bed, and I don't have foot cramps anymore. Two, I'm also supplementing with magnesium before I go to bed, and I'm definitely falling asleep easier. And I've noticed the more that I drink these, my body kind of craves it. Like I really look forward to my I call it a Hossiment, my Hossiment drink on the way to work. So give it a try. Again, you can buy all this stuff. It's not that expensive, and you can make it for a year. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Hoss's Kitchen.